everybody, it's Murphy Great Hunter and it is Saturday, October 12th. Well guys, I am huffing and puffing. I was running up and down the stairs and then I'm like, dang it, I forgot something. Went back downstairs, came back up. I'm like, that's it, I've had my exercise for the day. I was like, whose idea was it to get stairs? So anyway, I know I'm like, I'm dying, right? Okay, I've been busy all freaking morning running errands, and I didn't even get to go to the farmer's market I wanted to go this morning. I thought I had a nail appointment today, and usually my I have a personal nail tech, and about 3 o'clock in the morning I'll get a message on my phone let me know to remind me that it's like computerized and sent, right? And I woke up at 4 to go to the bathroom, and I look, I'm like, there's not one cent. And then I looked and I made it for the 19th. Oh my gosh, I'm like, what an idiot. I made it for the wrong day and my nails are ratchet. I need to get, I mean, they're not horribly bad, but they're already growing out. It's time for a new set. I know it's not a big deal, but it is a big deal to me when I like to have my nails done, you know, just the simple things. Anyway, I did the dates wrong because I'm going to be going to the pumpkin patch next week, and I think I was making it around the time that I was looking at that. Who knows? Anyway, I know all of that, and we're going to go run errands today. We're going to go. Well, I ran errands all morning, picked up lunch for them, and they just finished eating. My daughter and Jade. I mean, my daughter Jade. My husband and my daughter Jade. We are going to. We have a brand new academy that was built here, and they sent out a 20% coupon off of your entire purchase, and it's just for today for the grand opening. So we're going to go out there today so I can buy Jade some more dance clothes. She needs more. She's taking hip hop this year instead of ballet, and she needs some more dance clothes because she says it's freezing in there, so she wants like a long sleeve shirt and some more dance pants. So I told her, let's wait till we go to the grand opening so we can use a coupon. So that's what we're going to do today. And then I got to go to freaking grocery store because we need that little thing called food. And so I told Derek, like, by the time that we do that, and y'all already told me what y'all want me to make y'all for dinner so we can watch, we're going to watch Us. We're going to do like movie night, right? And I'm just like, when am I going to make my video? So he's like, why don't you go make it now? You know, that's a good idea. And I can edit it while he's driving. All right. Now that all that useless things were being said, let me show you my cup of the day. This says bruja. That means witch, like female witch. Brujo is for a boy witch. Or just, you know, that's the name of my witchy group also, my Facebook witchy group, which, by the way, is public. It used to be private. Now it's public for anybody to join. But you know, I will warn you, if you get on there and you want to start drama and craziness, I'll just remove you, because I like to create a nice sanctuary, not a control thing. I just want a place where it's for us to go, where it's safe, where nobody's way is a dumb way. You know, when someone says, well, I'm going to use, you know, Rice Krispies in my mojo bag. I don't want somebody to be like, that's so dumb. No, you do what works for you. You know, so that's kind of space I like to create, not a control. Not like I'm trying to control everything. We get bashed enough in the real world, so I don't want that in our magical family. So anyway, but it's called Brujas. It's on Facebook. But I got this cup here that says Bruja. It's just white all around with a cute little crow. I got this on Amazon. So if you just go on Amazon and type up coffee mug Bruja, you'll see it. I think it was like $10. Somebody asked me about my utensils. These are my utensils for the house. They're the ones that change colors. They look purple, they look blue. I think, what do they call it? Iridescent? Anyway, I got this whole set at Walmart for $25. It's a whole set. So if you go to Walmart and you don't see them, you can get on walmart.com and you can order them. Another little tip also, when you shop on Walmart, say it's February and you go on to Walmart.com, and if you type in Halloween cups or mugs, they'll all come up. Halloween leggings, whatever it is you want. You don't have to wait until that month. They have it. I've ordered from Walmart several times. I've ordered our trampoline from Walmart, all our bookshelves, and they get here really fast. They send you the tracking number, and they send you a text message letting you know where your items are being sent. I have ordered from Walmart several times. I've had absolutely no problem whatsoever. And what they did one time send me all of my things except for one bookshelf, and I contacted them, and within 4 days my new one was there. I didn't have to show proof that it wasn't here, nothing. And so I really like that. I know Walmart is crazy and all that, but when you shop online, it's pretty cool. But anyway, so this book on Amazon was like about, I think, $10. I think about 10 bucks. And it's a small cup. This holds a cup and a half of coffee, or a cup and a half of liquid. So this is 1.5 cups. I'm drinking this pumpkin spice tea. I got this last year from my local grocery store. And so I saw them, they have them this year. And let me tell you what it tastes like. It's a really pretty amber color. Oh, can't really tell through the camera. It tastes, it's sweet, of course, because of like 10 pounds of sugar. But it's, it has you can definitely taste the pumpkin spice. I mean, you know, it's just like any artificial pumpkin spice flavored things. So if you like pumpkin spice, at the grocery store, they sell pumpkin spice seasoning, you know, like where the seasoning blends are. Put some of that inside your sugar. And when you go to mix your coffees or your teas, if you want that pumpkin spice flavor, you can do that, because I can't have pumpkin spice creamer because it has, it's not vegan, it has cream in there. So, I buy the pumpkin spice seasoning blend, and I mix it with my sugar, and then I put it into my coffee with just regular, you know, So Delicious creamer, and it tastes good to me. So, but then again, people do tell me that I do like the nastiest things. So, this video today is just going to be about helpful tips. Now, I wanted to, there's going to be a few different things that I want to show y'all. So number one, let me start off with the things that aren't, let me start off with the simple things first. I think I've showed y'all this before, but this is just a used candle that I've used to do a money spell for my husband for the lottery. Okay, so do you see how it doesn't burn all the wax? Well, sometimes when you get candles and the wax is like this, let me show y'all. Like this. You see how the wax is all, and it burns down, but all of this look how thick that is. If I had time, I'd show you right now a really cool trick, but let me just tell you what you can do. You can still burn this. This probably has like, well, this has no more life. It's already burned down. So, but if you still have, even if it's here and you're still burning, it's burning like this, go ahead and light your candle and put a piece of foil over it. It doesn't have to be like super tight. Just put it over it like this. And what that's going to do with the heat, it's going to melt down all of this wax, and it's going to make it all come down like this. That way, all of this would be clear. So when you're burning a candle, you can see through it and you don't waste all of this. So unless it's a spell candle, I don't know if you want to do that or not. But if you're just burning a candle, like this candle is for my Santa Muerte. This is a 14-day glass candle that I got from Fiesta. I got another one on there right now. These cost me $7.99 at the Fiesta grocery store, and they burn, like I said, for 14 days. But I didn't do it to this one. I just let it burn. I kept thinking every day, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And finally it burned out, so I'm not going to do it. But like I said, if you just put a piece of foil, it'll burn down completely. All this will be clear, and you'll still have a lot of wax, because this is a waste. So that's just a little tip there. Now what you can do with those big ones, or you can do with these, if you have something like this and it's completely empty already, like you cleaned it all out, and if you have writing on it like this and you're just like, I don't want to have this writing on here, I want to reuse it, just get some rubbing alcohol and take all that off. You can get nail acetone, like what they sell at the beauty store, and it takes these stickers right off of here. So you don't have this, you know, lucky stuff on here. You can just use acetone and it'll take all this sticker off if you just want to have a clear glass, but it never bothers me. But anyway, so say this is all nice and clean, it's ready to go. This is a really thick glass. You can use this to put one of these in there to burn. So if you want to leave a candle burning, you know, in your house while you're doing stuff, and you have to leave it unattended while you're doing things, you want to put a little bit of water in here and go ahead and get your candle, and you can use this to burn your candle. So if your candle, it can't fall over, see, because these are heavy. It won't tip over, and this is heat proof. So, you know, it's used to being hot. So if for some reason this should explode, like your candle should explode, it will be in here and you have water on the bottom of it. I do not recommend that you go to sleep with candles on. Please do not do that. Do not leave your house and leave candles on. I have in the past, I put them inside my fireplace, but that's only if I'm running to the store and back, and even then I'm terrified. I do not want to leave candles on. So like right now that we're leaving, I will snuff all these out. Never blow your candle out if you're doing a spell. Always snuff it out. And then when you come back, you relight it and your spell continues. But anyway, so you can use these to put these kind of candles to keep them safe. You can use flower pots, like the ones that, I mean, not flower pots, vases, flower vase. I'm like, what is it called? The vase that you put flowers in. I have one of those also. These fit in there perfect. So you can, that's another thing you can do. Now, if you have these kind of things left over, I always keep these. You can do a few things with these. If you have tapered candles like this and you don't have anything to hold it up, you can use these. So you want to make sure that there's nothing in the bottom of these. So either get a knife, scrape that out, or, you know, do that trick where I told you, light it up and cover it with foil. All that'll be liquid. You can pour it out. Or you can just burn that and make it nice and liquid, because you're going to need wax to hold this up. Go ahead and dress your candle, do all your powders, everything you're going to do to this candle. It's ready to go. Your spell's ready to go. Go ahead and have some wax on the bottom of this, and then just stick your candle in here, and you hold it for a few minutes until it gets nice and hard. And then your candle will stay in this. Mine's not stuck, but it will stay like this. And that way you can burn your taper candles in something that is a controlled container. And then you can put this into a little dish of water. So that way, you know, you're kind of containing it a little bit. So you can do that. All right. I think I've showed y'all this already with the candle. If you do not have a 7 knob candle and you want to do a spell for 7 days, you can get a tapered candle like this, and you can put seven, you know, lines in here. Like I have one here, but you can't see it. You can use a knife or whatever and just put, like, you know, 7 chunks in here, right? And each one is going to represent a knob. So 7 knob candles are great, but you don't need to have one of those to do a 7 knob candle. The 7 knobs are just because you're doing a spell for 7 days. So if you're doing, say, a money spell for 7 days, you want to write on each knob, whether it's a 7 knob candle or something like this, on each you know, knob that you've created, you want to write money, whether from lottery, child support, raise, however it is, whatever it is that you're trying to get the money from. You write it on each knob, and you burn each segment or each knob one each day. So after it burns, then you'll snuff it out, and then the next day You'll burn it and snuff it out. You do that for 7 days. If you don't have these and all you have are your tea light candles, you can do 7 of those, or 7 votive candles. The only thing with, don't get anything bigger than a votive candle, because you want to burn 1 per day. But these work excellent for 7 knob candles. And if you're trying to do a love spell and all you have is white, white is such a great universal color for anything. But I always tell people, if you're trying to do a love spell and all you have is an orange candle, you can do that. It is your intention. It's your intention that is the true power to your spells. Your intention and your faith, your belief, you know, your energy that goes into it, that fuels your spells. All of these tools that we're using are simply that. They are tools to help you, you know, add power to your spell. Okay? All right. What we're going to do with this? We're going to put that right there. All right. Now, looks like it's going to rain outside. Let me get a drink. That really is pumpkinish. Pumpkinish. Okay. Now, let me show y'all something else that y'all can do. Now, when I go and I buy, where is it? I have so much stuff here. Oh, before I show y'all that, let me show y'all these real quick. I'm sorry. These are the tea light candles, which you can use these for also. Once they're done burning, take out the little wick part, and you can use these to burn things in. Now remember, this is going to get hot on the bottom, so you want to put this on something that is heat proof. But say you want to burn something. Say this is a jar spell you're doing, and you don't want to burn a candle, you just want to burn some loose incense that you made, or you want to burn, you know, something in here, and you don't have something to burn it in, you can use these. But remember, this is going to get hot, so put it on something that is heat proof. Don't put it directly on your table or your cloths, because it will be hot. So you can just use these. These are 10. They're made for heat because they're made to hold candles. So you can use those. Just, you know, just in case, you know, in a pinch, you're trying to figure out, you're trying to find something. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. This video is so unorganized, but I'm trying to do this in a pinch because we've got to go. All right, now when I go to, especially when I go to the powwows, when I go to the powwows or any type of metaphysical fair they're having, or any stores or things like that that sell like essential oils, I always buy them like this. This one is sage. I bought this for like $5, right? And then I use a little bit each time when I'm doing, making oils or whatever. I'll use the essential oils. But here's one that I have. It's a lavender. This one, it was $4, and this had essential oils in it. And I bought these from the powwow last year. I love to buy from the powwows because I love to buy anything from any of the people who are there representing the powwow, but also because their prices are really good prices and they're such great products. So anyway, I bought this, and this is lavender essential oil, and there's still some left in here, like the residue. It smells amazing. So don't throw this away. This still has, look, do you see that? It still has some juice in there. You can still use this. You can use this, for me, since lavender is one of those herbs that, it not only is the herb, but the essential oil from the herb, from the flower, from the plant, it doesn't burn your skin. Now, you know, some essential oils, they are not topical. They will burn your skin. So lavender is one of those that you can use topically, and it does not irritate your skin. So for this, since I want to be able to use this to help me sleep, or if I have a headache, I can use it to rub my temples, or, you know, whatever you want to do. In this case, I would use baby oil or mineral oil to use this. So I will just put in lavender buds. These I picked from here. Not we, here, the little town that I live in, they, right after the blue bonnets, so around the early May, we get a bunch of lavender and the fields are full of them, so I always go pick some. Anyway, so I will put some lavender buds in there, and when I'm putting them in there, I'm going to smash them as I'm putting them in there to release the oils. In this jar that has residue in it already, the essential oil of lavender, and it smells amazing. And I'll top it off with baby oil, because baby oil I will use to put a little bit in my hands, and I can rub it behind my ears, I can rub it on my temples, I can rub it on my wrists, so that way when I'm going to sleep I can smell that. I can put it on my chest. It's really, really nice to help you, you know, to have a restful, calm sleep. So when I do that, I already have one that I made. It's gonna look like this. Here's another one that I bought and I ran out. So I just put some lavender buds in there, squeeze them as I put them in there, and I put baby oil in there. And so this is what I use. It smells so nice, guys. I mean, and then it's such a nice, you don't need that much. You just need just a tiny, tiny bit, and you can rub it on your temples when you're having that horrible headache, like I want to kill somebody headache. You're like, oh Lord, remember, you don't look good in orange. You don't do well in confined spaces, and that's way too many women in one space all the time. Yeah, so you rub that and you remember those things that I've said. Like that. That little, and then you're like, okay, all is better. All is better. So that's a little helpful tip that you, and it's so pretty, you know, and so don't throw these away. Now I'm gonna be sleeping in the car. You can do the same thing with this sage. Now I still have some in here, so I'm not gonna do it to this one. I'll wait till it's to the very, you know, when I'm hardly have any, and I'll go ahead and put, in this one, I will put grapeseed oil, just from my local market, some grapeseed oil, and I will put in some loose sage. Now you can go ahead and put some loose sage in there now if you want. Do I have any here? Among all these things that I have, I don't have any here. But I will just put some loose sage in there if you want already, but I'm gonna wait till it's almost gone. And then that's what I'll do with mine. Okay, oops, sorry, I'm making a mess over here. So if you want to make something that you can use to rub on you, definitely use a mineral oil or a baby oil. Sensiso Brujo Luis, he's such a good friend of mine. You guys need, if y'all do not watch his channel, y'all should watch his channel. He is so amazing, all the things that he teaches. But he did a really nice video talking about different types of oils that you can use, and he is one who also uses mineral oils, baby oil, baby food oil, baby oil. He's one of many witches that have been doing this. I've been doing it for some time because, one, I didn't have anything at the time, and so I used baby oil, and I really liked the way that it came out. And again, you are fueling your own products. You're fueling your own oils. You're fueling your own herb blends. You are the one who is fueling this. So if somebody tells you that oil is only used for that, you can take that advice if you want, which is great. But also, you are the queen or the king of your own creation. So just keep that in mind. You do what works best for you. All right, now another thing that I wanted to show you guys, if you have anybody in your family who takes a lot of medicine and stuff, remember that little tip I told you, save your little medicine bottles. Ask them if you have somebody who has babies and they're feeding them baby food all the time, ask to keep their jars. Just say, throw them in a bag and I'll come get them. You don't have to worry about washing them, whatever. Same thing with the pill bottles. Just tell them, you know, I'll peel everything off. But they're very great. I mean, very good. They're really good for putting your stuff. This is my Samhain powder, my blend that I made. It smells good. And they're really good for storing things. They're already in this color to keep sunlight out so your pills don't go bad, you know, and turn into crazy pills. I don't know. But yeah, so if you have anybody who uses a lot of medicine, and you can recycle those. All right. And now my last tip. Well, no, that's a lie. That's a lie. Here's another tip. This is coffee. I drink a lot of coffee, unfortunately. Makes me want some right now. But I think I've had so much already. This is coffee grounds that I save when I use my Keurig. So I just set them there. And then after I have like about 4, 5, 6 of the little K pods, or if in your own fill, if you make a big pot of it, take it out and put it on a paper plate and some paper towels and spread all your wet coffee, your used coffee grounds, and then just dry it really well. And then you can just recycle them. You can recycle them so you can use them in your spell work. Or you can go to a dollar store and buy a cheap can of coffee. Make sure that it is coffee and there's nothing else that's in there. And, you know, and buy it and just put it in a little container and keep it, you know, either coffee grounds or I have coffee grounds and this, because coffee grounds, I just go and I buy the cheapest coffee thing that, you know, how the ones that you buy in bulk. Since I'm not drinking it, I just need the coffee grounds, and I just buy just enough, and it such a little bit goes a long way. So you definitely can recycle the used coffee, just like this, like I have, and I use it. It works perfectly fine. Or just buy a cheap one and use that. You don't have to drink it or whatever. You can just use it just straight like that. You don't. It's just like I said. You can use coffee that's fresh, or you can recycle the one that you've already used and just dry it out, because you just need the coffee beans themselves, the grounds. Am I making sense? Okay, another tip is that you want to save things that, like, when things happen around the house, I'm always like, do I need to have something? We were building Jade a hamster, a home for her hamster, and she wanted to make it out of this particular shelf that was at IKEA, and it's something that everybody uses for their hamsters. We don't know why. We just go say, that's what you want, baby, let's get it. Okay, so we brought it home and we had to build it. You guys know that my husband can't build nothing. Poor baby. He does try though, right? Love him to death, but he's just not a good builder. But we were going to do this. So it was one of those that had, like, it's 5 feet tall, and it had glass on this side, and all over, right? And the one in the front had this little, you push it and things open. But we weren't going to use that side because he was going to have to build a top for it. Okay, so we had an extra piece of glass. Well, we had it up. It took forever. And finally, it was 2 o'clock in the morning. We were done. And he was, I'm just going to tighten this, and he's tightening it. That brother tightened it so hard that the whole 5 feet worth of glass just went everywhere. And we have hardwood floors. You just hear it ricochet, just echoing. And I'm like, oh Lord, I was so tired. My comadre was here, which is my cycle. My comadre was here, and I was feeling not so happy. And he just looks at me, he goes, I'll clean that up. Yes, you will. Anyway, the whole reason I'm telling you this story is because I saved the glass. It's in 2 Ziplocs. So he swept it all up, and there was more than this, but I kept, this is all little pieces of glass. It's heavy. I keep this because I use glass in certain spells that I do. If I am doing, say, a hex on someone, I know y'all like, Murphy, why are you so mean? Whoever told you I was nice? No, but in case you have to have it, right? In case you need to do it, you have it. And broken glass you can use when you are trying to shatter somebody's life. you can use broken glass in that sense. Do I have glass on me? Okay. You can use glass for many purposes in spell work. But for me, that's how I use mine primarily, is to use when I'm doing any type of hexing. Thank goodness that I don't do very many, but in case I need to, I have some. You can also do the same thing with these. Just wipe it all down and then go ahead and put this in a bag and then just break it all up. And you can save that. Same if you break a mirror and you have broken mirror, go ahead and save that. You know, shattered mirror you can use for many things as well. Okay, now the last tip that I have, and then I have to go because we got things to do, is when you go, this is a mistake that I made years ago. Now, somebody asked me, where do I get all of my cute like bottles like this? I always have these really cute little bottles. Well, I get these from Goodwill. I go to Goodwill and there's always cute little things like this for I think I bought this one for $1. Whoopsie. This one, this beautiful one here, this one was 99 cents at Goodwill. So you definitely can find some really pretty things. All right, so let me go on to this last tip. Years ago, I made this mistake by buying these oils. Okay, I bought tons of these. You guys know I've talked about these several times. I really thought that I was getting a bargain buying these for $1.29, but these, if you're looking, after I bought a lot of them, I thought that I was getting a good deal. And then I started looking at these and I'm saying, okay, well, this one's for gambling and this one is Black Cat. Do you see what I mean? They're the same exact color from the same company, right? They smell the same, they look the same. And if you're looking at them, same thing, right? They just have something different on them. So here it tells you on the bottom, it tells you the number of the oil and then the number of the dye. And that's it. These don't tell you that there's any ingredients for gambling. There's no oil, there's no herbs, minerals, roots, or anything here to make this Black Cat. Like, what makes this Black Cat oil? What makes this gambling oil? It's a color. It has a dye and it's an oil and it has a little bit of a scent, right? They all smell the same. Yeah, they all smell the same. And so here's one. They're just different color dyes. So when I say that I bought a lot, I have, let me see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 of them. Lord. Okay, I've had more, but I've been using them. And so when I say, like, I bought them by the little case loads. All right. So what you can do to save these, because in my opinion, just mine, these oils have no magical powers in them. How can they? All they are is oils and the number of the dye. There's no ingredient in there that says that there's, like the one that this one is for uncrossing. It's, where is the stuff in here? There's nothing in here. It tells you here uncrossing. It tells you what it's normally used for. It's used on purple candles. It's important to follow with an oil or an incense to replace a negative or to be removed. Okay, so if you're having to use other things with this, then what good is this? You know, and so you have to add your own stuff to these. I was using these in spells, right? And I was like, why am I not getting any results? Like this one, Come to Me, right? And this is a love oil. And I'm like, I'm not getting any results in this. Why am I not getting any results in this? And it's just because they're no different than any of these other ones. These are all different oils, but they're all the same. This one is Do As I Say, Be My Man, and Come to Me. So, you know, before I thought about throwing all these away. So I thought, let me see if I can recycle these. So what I did is I started adding my own stuff to it. So this one, I added my own roots and oils to it. You see, this is Come to Me. And I added my own essential oils in here and my own roots, minerals in here to, you know, to make this a love oil. And this one was $7. The ones I got from Fiesta were $1.29. Now this one is, oh Lord, I couldn't open it. Now this one, so this one smells like roses. Now this one I can use for a Ven a Mi, Come to Me love spell, because that's what I made it to be. When I bought a lot of these right here, like this one is rue. No rue in there. This one is rosemary, $3. Does this one smell like rosemary? Let's see. This smells just like, it has a generic, they all have a generic smell to them. I can't even really tell you what they smell like because they all smell the same. This one is gardenia. This one smells really perfumey. This one is almond. This says pure oil. Oh, it's all gone. And this one is coconut. No, this one actually does smell like coconut. All right, where are the ingredients here? Well, great. The ingredients are in another language. So, all right. So what I'm saying, I have one. So what I'm going to do to these is I'm going to add the ingredients in here to just enhance it. Like this one I bought was cinnamon. And this one used to be a really light color brown one, like this. So I added my own cinnamon to it. See the cinnamon bark in there? And now I added cinnamon bark and I added 1 drop of essential oil of cinnamon. And now this really is cinnamon oil. This smells like a red hot candy. So if you made the mistake like I have, if you feel, because some people love to use these. Some people use these and they say they're the best things for them. For me, I haven't had any luck. So I'm just saying, in my opinion only, because you know, some people get hurt. So for me, I have to spruce mine up. I don't want to throw this away because it is a good container. See, it's a good container for oil. And it doesn't spill. Watch it all come out. And it has a big mouth on there, so you can put stuff in there. And, you know, you can make it for whatever it is that you want. You already have the oil in there, so why not take advantage? You have the oil and you have the glass container. So like this one is empty. This one had almond in it. Let me see. This has no scent at all in it. It has a little residue of like what the other ones are. So this one I'm going to go ahead and boil. I'm going to take this, it'll boil, and I'll take this package off. And once this is boiled and clean, then I can use this to make whatever oil I want because it's already clean. But if there was any residue left in here, I would just add whatever and make it my own. But so what you can do, like this one for rue, I have some dried rue. I'm going to put that in here. Now in these also, you don't just have, you can add roots, you can add minerals, you can add herbs, you can also put crystals in there. Now crystal chips that can be, you know how some can't get wet? You have to do your research and know which crystals can get wet. And the crystals that you would put in there would represent what the oil is. So if you're making an oil for love, you want to invite love into your life, then you would put a piece of rose quartz in there. So, and they sell remember the ones that I showed, the little chips? I don't want to have to go get them. But I have little crystal chips, and y'all seen them, that I use them in different stuff. You can place those in there. They sell them like at, the little museums. They sell them at caves. They sell them in magic shops. They sell them on Amazon. But you need to make sure, because I've seen them at Michael's and Hobby Lobby. They come in little bottles and they're little pieces of crystals. You need to make sure that they are genuine crystals and not just something else. So if you're buying those and they're not crystals, real crystals, you might as well put a rock from outside in there. So I just want you to make sure that if you're trying to spruce up something that you're trying to give it power to, you want to make sure that you're actually putting in things in there that are going to be beneficial. So don't just put anything. For like these right here, all these are for protection. Protect from envy, keep your enemies away, and what is this one? Protection from enemies. Okay, so these I would do the same thing. I would go in there and I would put things to, you know, protect from enemies. So here, this one is uncrossing. For uncrossing, I have my notes right here in front of me. You could definitely use pennyroyal. This is really good for uncrossing. Sulfur. Sulfur's really good. You can buy a huge bag of sulfur at your like Home Depot or Lowe's, any of those type of stores. They sell huge containers and bags of sulfur, super cheap. You can also buy these in the culinary department. I don't know what you use to eat this with. I'm sure one of y'all will tell me. And then you can use where's my other? I don't have my other stuff. But you can use saltpeter. You can use tobacco. You can use oak, patchouli, mint. You can use fern. You can also use 5-finger grass. 5-finger grass is also good for uncrossing. So you would just definitely just take, this already has some oil in there, it's halfway, and just take your herbs. You don't need very much, just a tiny amount, and just put it in there. Put that in there, get in there, shove it in there. Of course, I'm going to put more than just 5-finger grass, but I'm just showing you. It has a big enough mouth to put in there. And once you put all of your things in there, your herbs and stuff in there, go ahead and top it off with whatever oil you want. And then enchant your herbs. I mean your oils, enchant it. Make it what you want it to, tell it what you want it to do. And make sure you label. Make sure you're labeling your ingredients. So that way you know now you're uncrossing, you know what's in it. If it's too small to put a label on here, get yourself a little notebook and write uncrossing oil has, boom, boom, boom. And just keep it somewhere so that way you know what's in it, and that way you can use your own oils. I have all these for gambling. I have gambling, Better Business, John the Conqueror. So I would definitely be adding things in here for gambling. And then I have a bunch of love oil ones, and so I'll take care of all those. And then these are my dark arts. So I have Black Cat, I have Black Arts, Banish All, and Confusion. Isn't that pretty? So again with these, for this one, for confusion, you definitely can add particular herbs, roots, and minerals just to confuse someone. So I'm definitely going to make this one a confusion oil. Not that I don't know that I would even need a confusion oil, but because I have one that says that, I'm going to go ahead and make that for this. And this one, to banish all. There are particular things that you can banish all. You can make a universal one to banish people from your life, banish negative things in your home out, or you can use it to ban if you're having, like, say, I was gonna say, you were having, like, you're trying to stop smoking or something, and you wanna banish all those thoughts, those temptation. You can use that also. Make it a universal banishing oil, so you can use however you want to use it, unless you want to just make it to banish people from your life, then you will make it just for that. But you can make a universal one. These are Adam and Eve, Attention, Attraction, and Love Me oil. All the same color, all the same dye, all the same oil, just different labels. So since they're already colored with red, I'll go ahead and make these for particular things. Like, I'll make one for, this is like red, Adam and Eve, so I'll go ahead and make this as a lust for me. And this one, Attraction, I'll make that one if you're trying to attract someone. And then Love Me, I'll make this into a romance one because it's already there. And I'll just relabel it. So I just want to show you that you definitely can reuse those things. I do have a lot of people who buy these and they're like, oh, I shouldn't have bought these. And I felt the same way. Back then, I didn't make my own oils. I didn't realize how easy it is to make oils. I was watching a lot of videos where people were saying, you have to do this, you have to do that. You know, oils is not that difficult to make. If you're making large quantities and you're using it to sell to other people, then yes, you want to take special precautions on how to keep your oils fresh so they don't go rancid. But if you're making just oils for yourself and you're going to be using them to do whatever, you can definitely make oils this small and use them, and then, you know, you can keep refilling it. So that way you're not, you know, you don't want to make, you know, a container of oil this big if you're not going to use it that much. Like, why would I make this much oil of something that I don't use? But if I use it, like, I do money spells all the time. So I would make a big thing like this of success. Like I did back there, I made a huge thing of success oil. I'm using it all the time. But if I was making a attraction oil and I'm going to use it for a customer, I'm only going to make a little bit because I don't really use that. I mean, I got Derek. I told him, you F with me, you stuck with me. So he's with me forever, for life. So I ain't got to attract nobody else. He's like, I am good. No, I love him so much. He stays because he wants to. Or it could be that hole that I dug. No, just kidding. You see that hole over there next to the kitty? Next to the kitty that died a long time ago? That's yours. Love you. He's like, you're crazy. No. Okay. Also, if you buy these essential oils, like I have this one's wormwood, and this is vetiver. So these are really good. These are the wormwood is a darker oil that I use. This is an oil. I think this is the one that smells like cat pee. Let me see. This is the one. It kind of smells like cat pee to me, with a hint of wood. So what I will do for that one is that one that I have, this one that's empty, I'll boil this and get it all cleaned up, and I'll make me some wormwood oil if I, you know, just so I'll have enough, because this still has a good amount, but I have some wormwood, and so I would definitely put my wormwood in here and make me some wormwood oil or whatever it is. So what I'm just saying is that if you have wormwood and you have oil and you have this oil, like essential oils, whatever, you can put some in there so it'll also enhance it. You'll just make it a little more powerful. You can also use these essential oils like this that you get at the store. You buy these essential oils. This one is peppermint. These smell so good. Make sure when you're buying essential oils though, make sure when you're buying essential oils that they are 100% essential oils. Don't buy the ones that are like $2. I mean, you have to remember, it's cheap for a reason. Look at your ingredients. If you want to make a quality product for yourself or for a client, you need to make sure that the ingredients that you're using are a quality ingredient. Say you bought an essential oil like this and it costs you, let's just say $12. It may be $12, but you only need like 2 drops of this to put into your oils. This will last you a long time. So do invest the money into essential oils if you're going to be using them to make other things. So remember how I showed you how to make this Stop Gossip powder? Well, I made an oil out of this. So say you want to add something in there to just give it a little more kick. So if you have something of this, that the ingredients that I put in here, you can put some of that oil in there, you know, into the oil that I made. I use this powder, and I think I used grapeseed oil. I think that's what I used, or mineral oil, whatever oil I use. But there's no scent to it other than what's in these herbs. So if I wanted to add some scent in there to make it smell good also, you can use an essential oil of one of the ingredients that I put in here. So let's just say this Stop Gossip, I think I use alum, cloves, what else did I use? Chia seeds, and slippery elm. That's what, slippery elm. So I don't have any of those oils, but I do have cinnamon. So I will put a drop of this cinnamon into that oil that I already made, because cinnamon is also very good to give your oils and your spell work a boost of power. And it also smells great. So these are just little helpful tips. I hope these help you. I hope you find them helpful, you know, in your everyday magic. Spell work is like kitchen work, like cooking. You can make it very hard or you can make it very easy. What you really want to look at is how the end result is going to be. If you can make simply homemade food and it's not 100% out of scratch, but it still comes out just as good, because you're using some things that you find in the store and then you're adding your own things to make it simply homemade. It's kind of like this. You're buying something that's store-bought, you know, you're buying something that's store-bought, and then I added my own cinnamon sticks in here and I made it my own, because I don't want to throw this away. That's just throwing money away. And you really can recycle. You can recycle these. This oil, there's oil in there, and they're in glass containers. Use them. And if you don't have any of these and you think that you want to go do that, go ahead. You're buying a glass container, you're buying the oil in there, and if you have the stuff at home, boom, you make yourself an oil. And the good thing is, when you're using it like this, you can still top it off with oil. That's why I'm saying make sure you write down somewhere what kind of oil you used in here and what ingredients. So if you want to keep continuing to fill it up, you're putting the same ingredients in here. I'm one of those that uses different oils for different things. So I always have to write stuff down because I forget. All right, guys, I hope that this was helpful. I hope y'all take advantage of these tips. You know, like I said, I'm not one to say my way is the right way. All I know is what works for me and what works for me in my spell work. Sorry, my thing is saying battery's dying. All I know is what works for me. I've never had any problems with this stuff. You know, I'm never going to come on here and tell y'all to try something that I haven't tried myself. Or I'll say, look, I read about this, but I haven't tried it. I just want you to understand that doing witchcraft can be really, really simple, and it can be done really cheap as well. And your intent and your faith and your intention and energy is going into your spell work to fuel it. So, you know, don't spend thousands of dollars buying, you know, special jars. This jar came from Alfredo sauce that my family eats. They use 4 jars a month because they love it. So every month I get 4 to 8, because they use 4 at one time. So I get their glass, the label peels off right away, and they store a lot of things. So my family gets to eat with them. I get to recycle them, and it's great. It was sauce from the store. And I just bought some cheap labels at the grocery store, or at the dollar store. Actually, these came from at the dollar store. They're nothing special. This one's on crooked, but it doesn't matter because nobody's going to see it but me. And these peppercorns, these black peppercorns, I got these from the dollar store. It cost me $3 to fill this up. I bought 3 of those things, $3, and it filled it up. And this will last me a very long time. So just wanted to share that with y'all. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or any comments, please feel free to leave it down below. If you have any ideas that you would like me to share with you guys, please feel free. If there's something you'd like for me to make, an oil, a blend, or show you how to do something, if I know how to do it, if it's in my power, I would definitely make a video. All right, guys, as always, love you all and blessed be.